Hello, friends, and welcome again to our AIS platform. Today, we are going to talk about another very burning and serious problem, which, if I say every third person in this world at the moment can suffer to different level, won't be too much exaggeration. And this is related with the fibromyalgia is a problem, which again, most of those who are suffering, they understand fibromyalgia come under a widespread pain in your muscles, joint, then associated with the issues like sleep, stress, and how our body handled to this pain responses coming from the nervous system. But one wonder that if I have that level of my problem, has it started overnight? And this is where the point of discussion is in today's this talk. Fibromyalgia can be termed by your practitioner, no matter whatever level of the practitioner you go and visit, and once they have identified that you are suffering from this pain syndrome widespread in your body, where muscles, ligament, you feel the responses of your pains, and then associated factor with the other things are continuously happening, then you will be termed that you are having or going through fibromyalgia. But the sad part is you will be in the second sentence told by those practitioners, you have no solution. Now you have to take these all painkillers, and the gradations of the painkiller will keep increasing, and one ultimately wait that when I will be getting to a stage where I might get more and more crippled. And then one starts looking towards the various kind of so-called supplement, which again, because again, one thing what Ayurvedic medicine is going to give you, the solution which I'm going to share with you, is when people suffer from such problem, they try to go towards those kind of approaches where the basic understanding is the same. When I say about same understanding on pathology, what I mean is any kind of this so-called complementary medicine don't have their own pathology. Physiology and pathologies, they pick up from the Western medicine. And when Western medicine specialists are giving you a clear marker that you got this suffering and unfortunately there is no solution or there is no cause behind this problem, they definitely relate with the genes and your lifestyle factor and stress factor. All those factors they will combine and then try to give you the solution. Keep taking painkillers. Same is going to go to the other kind of practitioner. Until someone you visit who have the ability to analyze the disease from a different perspective. And that's where the point comes from the Ayurvedic practitioner, who have a totally different level of understanding that how our body works and what are the factors in various pathologies will be prominent to cause the ailment, and accordingly they will give you the solution. Now if you see with the fibromyalgia, those who have suffered or those who suffer even a low grade of fibromyalgia, which we call general pain, you wake up in the morning with stiff muscles, your joint, you have a disturbed sleep whole night, your day-to-day mood is going a bit up and down, and your responses to that pain is sometimes you are able to manage, some days are really worst, then this problem keep increasing. And those who are suffering, they must have seen very clearly that now their muscles, ligament are becoming quite dry, quite stiff, quite tight. Their hand and feet are getting a bit more cold. Their sleep is disturbed, they can't sleep. Their stress responses are different. And now if you sit back and rather than trying to make yourself slave of those painkillers or the so-called supplement, which again are not going to give you any solution because this is just a pseudo kind of impact on you. Your mind is what is already related with this pain responses. Start thinking that whatever the supplement I'm taking is helping me. So unless you visit those practitioners, and again without any ego, reality is at some stage all of us need to understand that if our Western medicine, which is our mainstream of medicine, does not have a solution for something, there must be some reason. And it's not that it is their fault. So they are giving you the reality fact because that is how they always work. So rather than now relying on these so-called supplement, you need to visit or try to look at an approach from a traditional Ayurvedic practitioner who can give you a very clear understanding on this problem. And this fibromyalgia, the problem which we are talking, nothing but a vata aggravation at different level. When I say vata aggravation, what it means, as we have talked many times, in Ayurveda we have three bodily intelligence which govern every function in our body, known as vata, pitta and kapha. And vata intelligence or vata dosha you can correlate is related with the all nervous system dominant function where the nerves conduction, muscles function, contraction and expansion, and then managing your nervous system's function related with the sleep. Memory is another part that you will start losing your memory. Speech part also start getting affected. They all relate with the Vata's dominant. Now when the Vata intelligence is in balanced state, it will not let you suffer from these problems. But if due to whatever factor in an individual Vata intelligence has gone wrong, which we call as aggravated, then what will happen? That's where these symptoms start happening. And as I shared, these symptoms will be in the early stages, will be very minor. Even at that stage, with the simple solutions, you can correct it. But if the problem has already established, you are still able to help yourself under the guidance of an Ayurvedic practitioner and using right kind of lifestyle, right kind of diet, and then right kind of supplement. And again, when you're going to go to an Ayurvedic practitioner, if he or she is not giving you a complete package, it means he or she is not practicing Ayurveda at all. He or she is just practicing the modern version of Ayurveda, which we all see anyway, whether it is Ayurveda or yoga. There are hundreds of modern version of yoga. That's why we all suffer from the various sort of problems still in spite of doing yoga all the time in our life. Same has to go with now with the Ayurveda, right? For all serious problem, you have the solution. But again, if you're not keen to amend your act, you're not ready to listen to make changes, that's where you will struggle. So what you have to listen based on his or her diagnosis, you were given a plan to make changes in your lifestyle, diet, mental and emotional factors, which are the core component in that. Ayurveda gives us a very simple understanding that does not mean that you are having so-called genes to suffer from this problem. You can still mitigate that. Understanding that yes, my mom, my grandmom, or my grandfather or great-grandfather have this sort of problem does not mean that you have to wait for that problem to come and suffer. You can make an effort, start understanding about the issues and start using the right kind of program. You can prevent that issue. Now, what is the program and how it works? As I said, modern type of these so-called Ayurvedic practitioner will give you simple kind of herbs to work out, whether they give you ashwagandha, bala, Google, because these are the common herbs what people always talk about. They might give you turmeric, which is one of the common names nowadays. But when they give you these herbs, it's not that they are not effective, but simple principle need to understand that Ayurvedic herbs never work individually. They have to work with the synergy of the herbs. So unless your practitioner has not given you in a complex preparation and with the right dosages, you are again running from one pillar to the other. So that's one thing you all need to understand, because it is your suffering. Again, I have shared a different platform. Conscious living, conscious practice, business is the key of our life. But now many of us don't even realize, because they don't think that it is ever going to impact me. But that's something we don't need to talk today. Coming back to our fibromyalgia issue. So, as I said, Vata intelligence manifestation is happening in your body based on the qualities of the Vata. And dry, rough, cold are the key factor of Vata's intelligence, and that's what impact on your body. So when you will have any issues with the stiff, tight muscle, no matter whatever the type of the herbs you are using, you will never be able to mitigate. Hence, special kind of Ayurvedic oils are the key factor, which you can do yourself at home. Yes, when you visit to an Ayurvedic practitioner, they will be able to perform different kind of treatments on your body. And that's another point of difference I can share with you all. Many of us always think that, okay, I'm going to an Ayurvedic practitioner, he or she is going to give me a massage. Please understand, just touching your body and touching your body with the whatever warm oil is not that part of what we call as massage. Ayurvedic body work is very specific. In Ayurvedic body work, first your practitioner must have the understanding or use specific medicated oil. Sesame oil is not the solution for every problem. When your problems are serious, you require more medicated oils. And medicated oil in Ayurveda is not just infusion of few aromatic oils and in your kitchen you can prepare them. To prepare such medicated oil, it takes at least 1 month, 2 months, 3 months to make that oil, which is having a potency again and synergy of at least 50 herbs, 45 herbs or so, and then different way of preparing them. So those oils are very precise. Some oils like Asthi Care oil is a one oil, Mahamash oil is there, Mahanarayani oil is another one, which is also known as Vata oil. Then Vishgarab oil is another one. So those kind of oils are the key part in fibromyalgia. That is what you need to always look at. And then when you are looking into the herbs, Herbs, yes, there are very specific herbs in our Ayurvedic concept for this problem. Vitex nirgundi is a one very specific Ayurvedic herb which relate with the pain in the muscles, ligament and the nerves. Then Devdar is another Ayurvedic herb very precise for that. Then we have an impact of Shalaki, which is Boswellia, even though it is very precise for Kapha and Pitta balancing act, because Kapha will also get affected later on when the Vata is affected, and Pitta, which is related with the blood and inflammation, that part can come up. Then yes, your turmeric, ginger, even fenugreek, these all combination of the herbs, synergy of the herbs has to put together to give you the ultimate solution for your problem. But as I said, that product, whether you are using in a complex product or anything, unless you have that application of the oils, you will not get the right benefit. So your muscles need to get strength back again. To get the strength back again, that's why you have to look at a little bit on your diet and lifestyle, which becomes a bit challenging for many of us. But if you're not able to make changes in your diet and lifestyle, then must use oils, right kind of oils to apply, then using the right kind of product. As I mentioned you, this combination of the herb, there is a one product in our Surya Ayurveda part which we have in Australia, or Ayurveda brand, this product which is known as Bone Tone, as you can see on your screen. This product is very, very effective for that, right? And this is a product which is made in Australia, has the combination of all the herbs which I mentioned, but key is the dosages of that. If you are using all the herbs which I mentioned not in the right dosages, still the outcome will be not that effective. So that's one thing. Oil wise, you can use Asti Care oil, and always oil has to be used warm. And then there is one very specific oil which you can apply later on if your pain is very intense, known as Arthi oil. That is your solutions, that you will start helping yourself, not waking up midnight and suffering from the pain, or sleep issues will happen, all those part. But if you are getting to that level, that your stress level are getting more affected, your memory loss is also happening, then you have to definitely incorporate some other products also. Like there is a memory sport product which is again very effective product for the cognitive disorders, to stabilize and revive the memory part. So you can use that. That again is an Ayurveda's combination of many herbs, but in a right way we call them as Medhya herb. Then there is a product known as Rejuvatone, which again counter your stress and all that impacts, and building your immune system. So that is what I want to share, that those who are suffering from fibromyalgia don't need to lose hope, don't need to wait that when I will be in a position that someone has to take me to the shopping mall, or sometimes have to take me from one place to the other in my house. No, you can keep working on yourself, keep holding everything in your hands, keep recognize people, you can have a good sleep, as long as you understand that my problem, which have been given name of fibromyalgia from Ayurvedic perspective, it is a Vata imbalances. I have to restore the Vata, but in a correct way. For sure, you must get out of any of these mind-altering drugs or nervous system breaking drugs, what we all of us know. And then there is one big thing nowadays, for everything the solution is cannabis oil. Please refrain from that also using it. Again, it is not that it is not the herb or the oil which can work, but again using it, how it should be used, that is what you need to understand. So until you not given the right way of using it, you are getting in more and more trouble rather than in benefit. So till that, understand these principles and use them in a correct way. That will be helpful. Thanks everyone.